In the vast virtual world of the Oasis, Wade Watts, known as Parzival, hunts for a hidden Easter egg that holds immense wealth and control. Joined by allies and facing fierce competitors, he navigates a thrilling adventure blurring the lines between reality and fantasy. In 2045, many cities on Earth are run down and poor. To escape this, people go into a virtual world called the Oasis. There's a big game inside called Anorak's Quest, made by its creator, James Halliday, in 2025. Regrettably, Halliday passed away in 2040, leaving behind a contest where the discovery of his Easter egg grants ownership of the Oasis and its parent company. Lots of people are trying to find it, called Gunters, but a big company, IOI, also wants to win. They have players called Sixers working for them. Nobody has finished the first quest yet, a race in a changing New York City. Wade Watts, a 20-year-old orphan living in a poor area of Columbus, Ohio, uses the Oasis to escape his reality. It is like the metaverse of online role-playing games, and you can be whatever you want to be. In this virtual world, he's known as Parzival. Although they've never met face-to-face, he regularly engages with his closest companions, each a strong mechanic, and the skilled samurai Dato and fighter Sho. In the contest, there are 3 challenges to finish. Once someone wins a challenge, they'll get a key and a hint for the next one. The hunt has been happening for 5 years, but no one has found the first key yet. The only thing discovered was the first challenge, which is a race in a virtual New York City. Wade and each join the race again. While most racers use fancy cars, Wade drives the unique DeLorean from Back to the Future. During the race, Wade notices a female biker who catches his eye. Each upgrades his truck to outpace the competition. But when King Kong appears, the road collapses, causing each to fail. Wade takes a different route, but faces the same fate when Kong shows up. Meanwhile, Artemis, the female biker, plans to jump over the broken road. Wade realizes Kong is hiding under the road as a trap and saves Artemis from falling. Unfortunately, no one can beat Kong by the end of the challenge. Later, Wade convinces each to help Artemis fix her bike for the next race. While each works on the bike, Wade and Artemis discuss Halliday and the ongoing contest. Artemis admits she's determined to protect Oasis from IOI, even if it means risking everything. She believes a true egg hunter wouldn't just be motivated by money. In the real world, Wade recalls Artemis's words about Halliday disliking rules. Using his visor, he visits the Halliday Journals, a virtual shrine dedicated to Halliday within the Oasis. Assisted by the mechanical curator, Wade watches a memory featuring Halliday and Morrow discussing their creation's future. As Wade watches, he seems to anticipate the video's content, reciting Halliday's words. Just before leaving, Wade hears Halliday express his disdain for rules and his desire to reverse them. The next day, Wade goes back to the first challenge. While others race ahead, he reverses his DeLorean. This uncovers an underground path that takes him below the track, past obstacles, and Kong. Finally, he reaches Central Park's finish line. There, he meets Anorak, who gives him the copper key, 100,000 coins, and a clue. With the prize, his avatar name, Parzival, takes the top spot on the scoreboard. At IOI, some board members worry about Parzival's rise on the scoreboard. However, Sorrento, the head of IOI, remains confident. He logs into the Oasis and meets Iraq, a bounty hunter, who helps him get the powerful Orb of Osabox. Sorrento hires Iraq to watch Parzival and eliminate him in the Oasis. Meanwhile, Wade splurges on items like the Zemeckis cube and grenade with his newfound wealth, eventually purchasing the X1 suit, which he can use both in the Oasis and the real world. It lets players experience everything in the simulation. Wade shares the secret passage with each, who tells Dato and Sho. Artemis also discovers it when she sees Wade racing backward, putting them in the top 5. Meanwhile, Wade ponders clues about the next challenge, focusing on a woman named Kira. To confirm his theory, he visits the Halliday Journals with a crowd of fans until Artemis helps him disguise himself. They go to Halliday's journals and watch a video of Halliday and Morrow. They also see Sorrento as Halliday's intern. Halliday talks about a woman named Kira whom he took on a date to see a movie instead of dancing. Kira later marries Morrow, but Wade notices that this is the only time they mention her in the journals, despite her significance. The curator thinks about it and agrees with Wade's analysis, and Artemis invites him to dance at the Distracted Globe, a special club made by Halliday. That night, Wade is excited to meet Artemis, but each cautions him that Artemis might not be who she seems. Each advises Wade to be cautious and stay focused on their mission. Despite each's concerns, Wade chooses to dress up as Buckaroo Banzai, a character from his favorite movie. When Wade gets to the distracted globe, fans greet him and take pictures until Artemis comes up from behind. Later, Artemis takes Wade to a zero-gravity dance floor in the middle of the club. They dance to 70s disco music and Wade, feeling Artemis through the simulation, opens up about his feelings and suggests meeting in person. Artemis doesn't agree with his suggestion, fearing he might be let down, but Wade doesn't mind and ends up revealing his true name to her. Little do they know, Iraq is listening. After Wade tells Artemis who he is, IOI interrupts the party, trying to kill Wade before the bounty hunter can attack. Luckily, Wade and Artemis escape using the Zemeckis cube, which turns back time 60 seconds. When they're safe, Artemis shares that her father died in an IOI loyalty center while paying off his debt. She's focused on finding the egg to stop others from suffering and ignores Wade's confession, walking away. While Iraq digs up more info, Sorrento gets Wade's full profile. He then tells Finale Xander to take out Wade in real life. The next day, Sorrento tries to lure Wade with a $25 million bonus to help find the egg. Wade sees through it all and refuses. Sorrento threatens to harm Wade's real-life home before leaving. Wade hurries from his hidden place to alert his aunt and her boyfriend, but he's too late. Their home explodes and collapses. Wade attempts to reach out to his friends, but a stranger with a face tattoo hits him and takes him away. The next day, Wade wakes up with his hands tied. He realizes that Samantha is Artemis from the Oasis. She explains they have a base near the stacks and IOI. She takes him to a rooftop and shares their plan. Samantha feels insecure about her birthmark, but Wade reassures her he's not disappointed with how she looks. As they're about to kiss, Samantha realizes what the first challenge clue means. It refers to Halliday not taking a step with Kira. They check Halliday's journals and look for movies he might have seen with her. They find a clue pointing to The Shining. The curator guides them to the Overlook Hotel to find a key. Each, who hasn't seen the movie, doesn't know what to expect inside. He gets lost and meets the twin kids and the naked lady from the movie. Even though he doesn't know what's going on, he faces many scary situations. When they hear music from a room, they start to think they might be wrong about finding a key in the movie set. Artemis finds out that Halliday's biggest fear wasn't the movie or any books. It was actually kissing a girl, which he never did. They find themselves in a ballroom where Kira is dancing with zombies over a big hole. Artemis takes the leap by jumping into the hole, and the rest of the group follows, getting out of the movie. Artemis finally gets past the zombies and invites Kira to dance. Suddenly, Anorak appears and gives her the jade key for the next clue. The rest of the group also gets their own jade keys. However, Sixers show up and get attacked by the scary things from The Shining. Sorrento learns that Wade is alive and tells Xander about a tattooed man who kidnapped Wade from the stacks. She finally finds one of Samantha's friends and follows him to their hidden spot. IOI people attack their secret place, and Wade tries to convince Samantha to flee with him, but she sacrifices herself so he can get away. Xander then catches Samantha, saying IOI owes her debts, and takes her to IOI's loyalty center. Meanwhile, Wade meets a woman named Helen, who is each in the Oasis. They hide in a van where Wade meets Toshiro and an 11-year-old boy named Shoto, who are Dato and Sho. Meanwhile, at IOI, they've hacked into the third challenge and found out it leads to Castle Anorak on Planet Doom, the riskiest place in the Oasis. The last challenge is unveiled as an Atari 2600 with all its games, but only one can unlock the final key. Sorrento activates the Orb of Osabox, blocking entry to the castle. At the same time, he instructs many Loyalty Center employees, including Samantha, to set explosive charges outside the front door. Meanwhile, Wade informs each about what he recalls from Sorrento's office to rescue Samantha. Together, they simulate a digital version of the place, intercepting Sorrento's online feed before he can exit the virtual world. Sorrento gets caught in their trick and eventually discloses Samantha's whereabouts, enabling her to escape. Aware of IOI's intentions, she opts to stay in the facility, disguising herself as an IOI soldier to disable the Orb of Osabox. Sorrento eventually figures out that Wade hacked his feed and went to find Samantha, but she's already escaped. Meanwhile, Wade and his pals broadcast a live message across the Oasis, telling everyone about Sorrento's deeds and asking those who believe in justice to come to Planet Doom to help them. In response, many people show up, ready to battle against IOI troops, while Samantha succeeds in disabling the orb's protection. A huge crowd of video game heroes, sci-fi characters, and famous movie icons show up to support Wade. Eventually, Samantha makes it out of the castle and reunites with Wade, but Sorrento attacks them with his Mechagodzilla suit. Each tries to stop it with the Iron Giant, and Dado fights back with a Gundam, but they both fail. However, Samantha saves the day by launching a Madball bomb into Mechagodzilla's head, defeating Sorrento. After defeating Mechagodzilla, Iraq blows up the castle bridge. But each's Iron Giant sacrifices itself to create a bridge, letting Wade and Sho get through the broken path. Sorrento starts searching for Samantha in the real world, thinking Samantha is still in the building. To protect her, Wade sacrifices Samantha's character in the oasis. She escapes IOI and joins the group in each's truck. Eventually, they reach the final challenge and see a sixer playing adventure, winning but still failing to claim the prize. After careful thought, Wade figures out how to obtain the final key. Sorrento and Iraq show up, proposing a final deal to Wade. However, they threaten to use the Cataclysm, a weapon that could erase all avatars on Planet Doom. Wade attempts to intervene, but Sorrento triggers the device, resulting in the demise of all avatars in the oasis. To everyone's surprise, Wade survives the explosion, thanks to the quarter given by the curator, which turns out to be an extra life token. He starts playing the adventure game, broadcasted in the oasis. The final challenge is to find the hidden Easter egg in the game, a historic gaming treasure. Anorak appears and gives Wade the crystal key, leading him to a vault with 3 keyholes. Meanwhile, IOI locates each and his truck in the real world, prompting Wade to call for help. After unlocking the vault, Wade finds a room filled with gold. Anorak offers a contract, but when Wade is about to sign, he recalls when Halliday made Morrow give up his company shares, warning him it was a huge mistake. Wade decides he won't repeat that mistake. Passing the test, Anorak transforms into Halliday, revealing the true prize, the golden egg. Halliday emphasizes the importance of real-world connections. Wade asks if Halliday is truly dead, but gets no clear answer. Later, Sorrento confronts them, but seeing the Easter egg, he surrenders, realizing his defeat. The police suddenly show up and arrest Sorrento, and finale, Ogden Morrow arrives, congratulating Wade and discussing the oasis. Wade excuses himself to express his love for Samantha, and they share a kiss in the van. Morrow and company lawyers then arrive, demanding Wade's signature. However, Wade insists on sharing the prize with his friends, and Morrow agrees. The group, known as High Five, exits the bus to cheers from the crowd. Morrow reveals he was the curator and gives Wade a coin, impressed by his detective skills. They discuss Halliday, and Morrow joins them as a consultant. The new owners shut down loyalty centers in the oasis and limit oasis access on Tuesdays and Thursdays, encouraging people to enjoy the real world. And the movie ends here. Thank you for watching, and I highly recommend watching the entire movie as it is incredibly enjoyable. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel, so you can stay updated and receive notifications whenever we upload new videos.